Somebody, yeah, that's my Maserati going ham. No salami, that's your chick. If I like it, then I'm straight. Boat garden in a club. Where the bottles that rose.
I feel like keeping the camera on Celsius team is going to be funny because MaKNooN...
I just like how he looks so concerned, and we can actually see the rest of the players just having a massive giggle. Everyone having a brilliant time. As that's the karma, and I guarantee, guys, that is karma top.
Apologies to anyone that can lip read right there. MaKNooN just venting a little bit of frustration over some of the way the pick and pan has gone for now. So we've got pretty much a good setup in the bottom lane. It's girl power for Seltzer's team, for Rachel, Colalin and Seltzer down in that bottom lane. We'll see whether they can take on a role-swapped Loveling to support.
And we get CaptainMonk on the Monkey King himself. So Karma top and a Wukong jungle, everything going so-so. Well, the fan service is thick right now. This is brilliant. I want to look over the other side of the map, though, if we're talking about bottom lanes, because we've got Emmy and Loveling. Now, you may not necessarily expect a jungler like Loveling to be able to transition so beautifully into the support role, but when he was playing for OMG, he was basically Cool's support the entire time. And in fact, if he gets left alone in the jungle, he can sometimes get invaded and solo killed, things like that. There are hilarious videos on the internet that can attest to exactly that. So this will suit his playstyle very effectively. Oh, God, no.
Sona Ezreal. This was disgusting after the runes reforged. And speaking of disgusting, Zoe gets picked up for Vecchi in the middle lane. This is a disgusting champion, and Henning's probably going to get rolled if he doesn't end up getting a lot of help from Yoda from that jungle role.
Yeah, this is going to be potentially rough.
I love watching their faces as they're communicating. They're having so much fun with us.
Yeah, I think Rachel's pretty happy with the team that she put together. Henning, you can see a lot of seriousness if we have a bit of spoilers as far as how we're looking over the other side of the rift. But as the bans come in, that is going to be a Fizz. Of course, Revan, the only man to play Fizz so far this tournament, and he is unfortunately out sick today. Thankfully, we do have EGV, who may have been wanting to pick that up on the top side of the map as an homage to his fallen captain. But probably not. They're probably just banning it away because it works quite well against the Zoe.
Well, we haven't yet seen...
the no-ban strategy.
Although Colalin and I think it was Emmy, actually, I could hear her shouting from the other side. I think she actually missed the ban accidentally. I think that was I heard a lot of commotion coming over as I looked up. So we will...
There is a bit of a language barrier here.
All right. And the Zed is going to be banned away as well. So I like that. The Small versus Zoe matchup that we saw was just frustrating to commentate, to be honest, because there was just too many shadows and popping around and portal jumps and blah, blah, blah. It was just frustrating.
I'm not sure I'm afraid of Henning's Zed. That's the opposite that I'd say of that. And MaKNooN, upon seeing the Swain ban, is like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You're banning my Swain?
But they're not, like, why are they banning the Swain? Henning obviously hasn't done his research because he doesn't know that MaKNooN's going to be playing the Karma on the top side of the map, and that Swain ban was completely unnecessary. So we heard from Henning that he was very, very strategized. He had a lot of plans going in. I've spotted the first hole in this man's strategy as we head further forward into this draft. Vayne going to be picked up. Colalin going to be playing that one. That is gross. Jungle? That is so mean. That is so mean.
Is it Ezreal jungle Javan top at this point?
Oh, yeah, and Yoda probably will be able to take over the map if that's the case.
Either that or it's some kind of like Ezreal in the middle role. I'm seeing Henning trying to like flag down an admin at this point. And
guys, we've got a Hecarim as well.
Yeah, I think
and Loveling's actually going to be jungling. So I'm really confused right now, okay? Because I thought that Loveling would be playing support, and I thought that everything was going to be in order, but it's just straight up not, as that's a Trundle. Okay, whoa. That was actually what they wanted, based on the reactions that we can hear.
Monk just go over there and pick for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monk's leaning over. We dropped out of the lobby.
So we're gonna pop out of the lobby for a moment. Okay, CaptainMonk's happy to blame somebody else. Yeah. So bit of taste of North American solo queue for you, everyone. It's never your fault.
No,
that's
always
the motto. It's always the jungler, unless you're the jungler, in which case everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how that works.
That's how it works. So there we go. I haven't actually played on North American solo queue for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while as well.
Yeah.
Always
I'm
a
sure
fun
it's gotten
experience. It's a more fun experience than getting completely dumpstered on Korean, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Thanks for bringing that back up. I'm gonna be going back to that.
There's a
in
silver
couple of days.
lining. There's a silver lining to everything.
Then you're playing on like the best server. It's okay. We're gonna have to see whether that translates here. Of course, having more Koreans on your team sometimes works out in League of Legends history. Sometimes it actually hasn't. We've got to that point where just having Koreans on your team doesn't necessarily win you games anymore. But this is MaKNooN we're talking about as the one Korean in this game, so maybe it's enough for Rachel, because MaKNooN, he's got that unorthodox playstyle.
He's also going to be playing the Karma, which is weird. So.
It has leveling.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Leveling is another one of those legacy players that garners a lot of respect, just like MaKNooN. I feel like leveling takes it a lot more seriously with his persona.
If you remember the sort of the bump-ins with leveling, there was a lot of sort of like, scary actions and stuff like that. Okay.
I don't know what Yoda. That's just a.
Is that like name regret?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I wish I picked Darth Vader as my name.
If only I'd called myself Sidious, something like that. That'd actually be a pretty badass name.
Sidious.
Sidious.
Yeah, if only there was a Darth Sidious, right, Max?
There is a Darth.
I know,
isn't there?
Yeah, but why would you just be Sidious? You'd need the Darth bit.
Would you?
I think so.
Kind of feel like just Sidious would sound like a little bit more mysterious. I don't know.
No, I mean,
because isn't there like a team called Insidious, or is that a completely different game?
I think it's a movie. I think it's.
We need to get back into Champions League. We're running off kilter just a little bit, guys. Oh, CaptainMonk.
I like Star Wars, but the newest movies make me rethink all of that. Take that up with Yoda.
I liked it better when it was in the Brazil versus NA matchup on day number 1. Because it did seem like a dig. Hey, this is cool though, guys. We're going to see Emmy in a main role, most likely.
Yeah, that is true. Of course, when we were looking at Emmy's performance earlier, she was looking for support for her and didn't end up going that way, had to role swap around a little bit. Unfortunately, ended up struggling a little in the top lane. Getting through the first round, though, was a pretty good performance out of the entire team from Thailand. Weren't really expecting that. We'll see whether we can get another good performance from her and her squad out in the Captain's Challenge. The rest of her team here. Of course, as we said, Loveling, Yoda, EGV.
Oh, do we want to have... Britt, do you want to try your hand at reading out the fun fact? How's your eyesight?
I have a bad habit that I like to walk around a lot. Like, a lot. It happened because I used to wait for my mom to get me from school since I was like 5 years old, and it grew on me since then. Whenever I'm thinking about something and bored, I walk.
I think this is going to become the new copy pasta.
Yeah.
Like, somebody needs to type that out, and everybody in chat.
I think that needs to be in brackets. It was my first try.
You know what? Someone,
as well.
Someone has a fact that's similar to that, I feel like.
Well, we saw Vecchi's the other day, and I made Max do a dramatic reading of it. So it may have been that. Like, Atlas, I've realized, should just narrate anything.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
In more than 3 years being a professional player, I have experienced joys and sorrows, love and hate.
You talk about voiceover work.
I don't actually think that I could have continued that sentence because I was getting lower and lower each time.
And you have to take a breath.
Join the Republic.
Basically the blurb to a movie right there. Like, you know, when you have to summarize a movie in like one line, that's it. That's Lovely in the movie.
For a man that's needed a translator for most of his interviews, his English is exceptional.
I haven't seen any of his interviews.
There was I loved the interview that he did.
That's a great fact.
I loved the question that Rachel gave him, which was just like, what makes your roster so powerful? And he said, power. I'm like, you've nailed it. That's basically it.
No, you know, it was one of my favorite things is in the auditions, we'd be like, what do you have to say for the other teams in Stockholm, Sweden? They're like, I don't know where I was, but someone's like, we'll do our best. I was like, no. Let's do this again.
This is what you're saying to your opponent. You don't want them to do their best. Please do your worst. Yeah, that's better.
We'll do our best.
Ship it.
So the other teams are like, oh, he's doing his best.
Oh, damn it, we missed it.
Revan, EGV on Team Revan, his fun fact, I'll paraphrase it. It was, I do what I like, and I like to do
what I like.
And
Yeah, it was basically that.
I do what I like, and I like to do what I do. All right. MaKNooN, what did he say?
I
got
got
done with Army this year, and it feels great to be back in the LOL scene and be part of the community. Sorry, I didn't set up for the exclamation mark. It would have been better if you did it, Britt. I'm sorry.
Of the community. That's like angry, like he's going into battle.
Well, he just came out of battle.
It's true.
Yeah.
Technically.
MaKNooN
Theoretically.
must be great for morale in any team, whether it was during his service or on any team that he's been on. Like, I don't think you can be angry around MaKNooN
Oh, hell
at
no.
any point because he's
Hell
just
no.
so funny.
I have
Like,
some fun facts about MaKNooN. MaKNooN hates K-pop.
what?
Yeah. Although I don't know. I feel like maybe he's just like, he wants to assimilate or something, and like he's excited by being around people that aren't Korean. And
I was asking him, I was like, so what do you like instead of K-pop? He goes, I like pop music. And I was like, okay, like what? And he goes, the Eagles. MaKNooN.
I'm like trying to aggressively defend K-pop for some reason. I don't know why.
So there's a delay here. They're redoing their draft because there was a mistake in picking the heroes. So we're going to see this again.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to change. Maybe we're just going to have like completely different comps.
So I think it's the coordination between the teammates that is
Yeah.
running amok right here. Maybe we need to send him on a boot camp
We do.
or put him at the top of a building.
we need
Those-
to give them like a crash course in working out how the draft works.
Okay, I'm just gonna be real. Like the videos of the teams, like the North American team, where they're hanging off the edge of the building. Nuh-uh. Not
No,
for me.
I couldn't do
no,
that. No,
That's
no, no, no.
terrifying.
What would be your
Like,
favorite one of the sort of challenges that they went on their boot camps?
I think like the ATV, the quad bike one, that would be.
Oh, for
that's
Team
a lot
Malaysia?
scary. That looks very fun, and I don't have to tackle any major fears of mine, like hundreds of meters high buildings that I'm hanging off the edge.
I reckon the paragliding looked the best.
Oh, that did look fun.
I
But
would
That-
love to
heights
do
and-
that.
It's still heights thing. I mean, that goes along with the hanging off the building. You're just hanging there in the air.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like, I mean, I'd like to do the hanging off the building thing, but I feel like it's a bit too static. I feel like the paragliding
true.
thing's super cool. Plus,
would
like,
like
why
to
would you be
what if you
scared? Because
could
you do it
hang
over
off and
water, and
rappel?
then you fall into the water, and then you're fine, you know?
Yeah, that's
You've
true.
seen the movies.
That's still
people-
going to hurt.
They can jump
You
off
hit the water.
really, really high and land in water, and everything's K.
Everything's K.
Yeah. Have you actually jumped off like really high things into water?
No.
That's like
nope.
hell.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Why would you want
so
to fall
painful.
from... Not that you want
Oh
to
my
fall from either one.
Yeah.
But the boot camp phase was really interesting to see which teams took to it in better ways and how the communication actually panned out between the teams. We've been talking to them a little bit, and a lot of them said, yeah, it was great, really cool experience, but we kind of struggled on some of the practice, and I'm interested to see how that translates now, because obviously we got North America versus South Korea coming up later, and I think the North American team are one of the ones that probably are going to have the easiest time when you look at that boot camp setup, because
They
they
really
all
had
came
it-
from
it was-
online, and they can just play online whenever they want, and it was very easy.
That's true. It's interesting having been to all of the auditions and seeing kind of their interactions then when they first met to now and their interactions with each
Yeah,
other
yeah,
and how
yeah.
they work together now.
I'd actually love to have seen when the Korean team was picked and, you know, how they spoke to MaKNooN, and now sort of how, you know, the
Before they were like, "Oh, we love you." Now they're like, "What's
what
up,
makes
bro?"
MaKNooN so great. And just the fact that they'd probably be a lot more comfortable now because he is such a huge name
Yeah.
over in South Korea.
Yeah.
It would have been like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so nervous.
And that was really cool because it was actually done at G-Star in Busan.
Yeah.
And so it was a really cool event to be at. They made a big production out of it, and everyone was excited to be at all of these auditions. But that one, it was just such a cool scene to be a part of
I wish I was there. I actually was sick, so I was going to take the train down.
with the
Come and see
zombies.
it. But yeah, with the zombies, of course.
With the
of course.
zombies, down to Busan.
Good movie about that, guys. Documentary about the zombies on the train down to Busan. There's less casualties than they were in that movie now, you know, as you take the train, but you know, it's still a little bit rough.
I like the Spain boot camp actually.
Oh,
And
yeah.
The helicopter ride around Barcelona, that
Ah.
looked incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I don't know. It just seems like no paragliding to me. I don't know why I want to go
No
paragliding.
paragliding.
I'm
That
like
was
just
the
getting
only thing you
excited
had in a
about
boot camp.
paragliding.
Next year, every team's doing a paragliding boot camp. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, if you're
According
in
to
charge,
me, hell
so,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's all solo paragliding as well with like absolutely no training. Everyone's just going to be crashing into each other and stuff like that. It's going to be the best. But you're going to be wearing those like, you know, those bubble suits that you have everyone like the soccer. What is that bubble soccer thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
got an
covers
actual
your
name
body, so
and
you just like.
yeah, and you just like bounce around and smack into each other. Yeah, just wear one of those and then attach a parachute to it and just go flying around. And then even if it does not work and you fall down and stuff like that, you just bounce away as a little bubble thing. We are going to be into the game very, very soon, guys, so you don't need to hear me talk about theoretical, weird bubble paragliding, which is named completely incorrectly.
I feel like this is how we should make teams boot camp for just about every competition. Just don't let them do it in like gaming houses or anything. No, just, you know,
Yeah.
get some like Strix Hero editions, get out into the wilderness, go for it. Really learn team building. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way.
I reckon that sounds good.
You can see that the G703 is the laptop of choice for our Captain's Challenge here
Very
today.
powerful.
They're
So-
ridiculous. 1080s in a laptop. Whew. Oh, man. If I knew that, then I would have just bought that instead of my desktop at home. You know, I put a 1080 in that as well, but like it's much bigger. It's a little bit more difficult to
Can't
carry
really bring
around.
it with you to Stockholm, Sweden.
Well, exactly. I could have. Theoretically, I could have had it here with me right now. But nope, it's okay.
Whoa,
There's
okay.
plenty of them over here as we are. On to Summoner's Rift, and what has changed? Oh, God, the fiddlesticks.
A
So
few
MaKNooN
things.
is going to pick one of his favorite champions. He was talking to me about the Karma yesterday, but he wasn't super enthusiastic. The fiddlesticks top has been one of the ones that he's opted into, and you can see into the inspiration tree as well, Stress.
Yeah, you absolutely can. There have been a few other changes, though, with regards to the pick and ban phase. Of course, we did have a little bit of a remake. I believe the players were in the wrong spot. Yoda is playing Katarina in the mid lane.
Yep.
Loveling is in the jungle, running Hecarim.
He is.
Yeah, we're seeing EGV actually take that job, and it means Henning is at 80 carry on Ezreal. So,
Yeah, and so they still messed it up.
yeah.
Because they've got AD and support in the wrong order. And I feel like that might be because Henning didn't switch. I don't know. I'm going to blame it on Henning just straight up.
Possibly. There's a bold start from Rachel, the Ruby Crystal start. You know what?
Just a Ruby Crystal.
When you look at champions like Karma, they do have lower base health a lot of the time and lower resistances. So at this point, just buy Ruby Crystal.
Yeah,
It's
she just
good.
wants to save some of that money.
Yeah.
Because MaKNoon's going to get spiked. But that means that's a cooldown that can't be used on this blue buff.
It is 2v1 though, so they can just go aggressive on MaKNoon. Loveling doesn't really seem invested in getting the kill, but there's a drain. MaKNoon is gonna run back away.
What are you doing? Oh, MaKNoon, that is so cute.
I think at this point he's like, well, if I can get the blue, that's great. But then doesn't realize there's a smite on the other side.
Yeah, and there's a mid laner as well that could theoretically come around. As, yeah, Loveling is going to be able to pick up first blood. He's good at that, though.
Yeah. MaKNoon was looking for the flash onto the blast cone to try and auto his way back out since Hecarim can't follow him. But yeah, that got charged down.
Yeah, and he was looking for like the cute little like auto like flash cancel with the directional change maneuver, but just didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
MaKNoon's going to teleport back, stand in the middle of the lane, and press drain,
The drain lane.
which is his sick strategy.
We were talking to him a little bit about Fiddlesticks because it was banned in one of our games
Yeah.
for MaKNoon. So it's always fun. Here's the Zoe in the mid lane.
That was a confusing interaction. As, of course, that charge does tend to just go off and do the knockback no matter what, no matter where you are. As EGB is in
MaKNoon.
trouble. He's already
MaKNoon.
used Ignite as well, which is hilarious. And I don't know whether you guys can hear in our microphones, but Rachel is being very vocal.
I believe it was, I don't know what I'm doing. This Karma. It was the cry from her.
Oh, Sleepy. He's already back here doing a decent amount of work. There is a ward that spots him out, but not going to fall down just yet. There's Seltzer, please.
I feel like it's a little bit, not cheating, but very broken to play double poke supports and then get your jungler to gank
Oh,
3.5 minutes in.
Okay, he's going to charge this one up, and he's looking for his third. If he can get underneath this turret and take that one down,
Oh,
does
and
so,
he
just
actually-
slices them up, as that is an execute.
It was an execute. I was going to say, Emmy actually dying under the tower there. It could have very well been the first kill going over to Rachel's team, but not to be.
Yeah, and I apologize, especially to you, Brett, because you were the one that said, look, these teams look very balanced, and I came and sat down, and I was like, well, Rachel's team looks busted. As you can see...
Drain, drain, drain.
Hang on a second.
Oh,
Just wait for the minions, man. It would have been fine.
So the funny thing is, MaKNooN was telling us, yeah, he's dead. He was telling us you don't put anything more than 1 point in fear, and ooh, he leveled up, gets some mana back.
There's so much health regen. Why does he have so much health regen?
The silence, if he has the mana for it, I don't think he actually does. EGV walks up and kills him.
That's exactly what you should do. What were you saying about the has the mana and the silence?
It's fine.
And things and
don't
stuff?
worry about that. There was some analysis that was attempted. There was an attempt.
Weird.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Okay. I want to go back to doing Disney sing-alongs like our vocal warm-up this morning.
Oh, you wouldn't even believe, like, Atlas and Britt were doing a duet. And the thing is, Atlas knew every single word to a whole new world. Every word.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Wow.
No.
Loveling just took a lot of damage.
He did. He got paddled. Right in the face.
You better believe that's a paddling.
Yeah, it was a paddle. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for that, Britt. Helping me out with the old duet.
I think it was inspiring to everyone on both teams. Got us warmed up, ready for this match.
Definitely seemed to warm Loveling up.
Yeah.
He's 3-0. He was like, I'm winning this. I didn't come here to lose.
He's got something to prove as well after, you know, a bit of a disappointing performance.
And just a
Now their
reminder,
matches.
you guys can vote for your match MVP.
Yeah,
And
that's
with
true.
the chance to win the ROG Strix Hero Edition.
Yeah, and I believe whoever is voted as the MVP is actually going to sign it.
Yeah.
I believe, and one of the viewers at home is going to be able to have a chance to win that. But speaking of chances to win, I think EGV, he's banking on his because that's the first item Executioner's calling on Jarvan.
Well, if
So
there's any
basically-
way to annoy a drain spamming Fiddlesticks.
So basically now, anytime Fiddlestick starts draining, you just queue him, and ta-da.
Yep.
No more health coming back, or at least, you know, greatly reduced health regeneration off that drain. So MaKNooN may have been hard counted at this point. We'll see how it
Problem
actually
is,
goes.
right, is that, okay, well, MaKNooN is probably going to die yet again.
He's got a stopwatch, so let's see how that goes.
Does that allow him to go back in time, or does it turn him gold? That's the question.
Pretty much just turns him gold.
Well, we've got level 5 now for the Fiddlesticks, waiting in the brush. That Crow Storm not quite available just yet. Does have himself a slight CS lead, but he's been dead a lot. Oh no! He's been interrupted. Oh, that was sick. Actually
the
ignoring a lot of the
damage,
damage. He's
but-
dead, but I mean, fun.
Loveling, I mean, we've seen a lot of Chinese players on the international stage playing Hecarim because of just how snowbally it is. And
Yeah.
listen, I think it's almost unfair. He's already got that sheen, has had it for a few minutes. So he's just going to run over everything Triforce first and just try and win this game.
And that was always the build as well. This isn't like the Loveling troll build or
No,
anything like that.
exactly.
In China, you get yourself your first jungle item and then you build a Trinity Force. That is just straight up what you do. Oh no, he's just getting hard cam.
Oh, Onslaught of Shadows, just right into the lane, and Loveling just destroys MaKNooN.
Oh dear. Well, we'll see whether they can find at least one kill on the other side of the map. Of course, Seltzer was very, very confident. Rachel thought that she had it all going on, but Henning seems to have known. There's a Death Lotus. It's not going to do quite that much. There's portal jumps popping around the Zoe.
We haven't seen CaptainMonk do anything. And I'm not being BM by that, but he's got, what, 3 more farm and 4 less kills than Loveling at this point. I mean, obviously, Wukong probably need to wait a little bit.
Yeah, he has one
need to
less
get that
red
off.
buff as well.
Yeah, certainly.
Did Becky pick up a redemption active? I think he did.
I think he did, yeah.
That's cute. I like that one. MaKNoon's dead again.
Can I just say, due to how this is split,
Yeah.
if Henning's team wins, that means I think Yoda would actually win the Captain's Challenge.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because right now I think Monk is in the lead. However, not by too much, and the winning team gets 10 points for the Captain's Challenge. So this could put Yoda
God.
on top.
Interesting. Interesting turn of events.
Well, see whether Captain Monk realizes that and starts doing something. Because he's going to need to start doing something if they're going to win the video game.
There's a lot on the line, Monk.
Yeah.
You worked so hard in the other Captain, or yeah, the Captain's Challenge.
Well,
I don't even know whether Loveling needs to leave the top half of the map in this game anymore. He got 1 kill on the bottom side and is now basically has helped secure a tower at 9 minutes. And I hope people at home can hear that. MaKNooN just goes, wow, when he gets jumped on.
yep. Execution is calling. Doing a bit of work. Now augmented by Tiamat. And 6 out of 8 kill participation for EGV up on the top side of the map.
Make sure you're getting your MVP votes in too before this match is over, so
Yes.
you can get your chance to
Yeah,
win.
you want to win a laptop, guys.
Yeah. What is it?
Probably not a whole lot of time at
Exclamation
the
point
pace
MVP
this
in the
game's
chat.
going.
Guys, Captain Monk did something.
Captain Monk did something.
So you hit that exclamation mark followed by a player name, and that is how you vote. Ooh.
Becky. Oh, sick use of the Zonya's active. Not going to die this time.
EGV dropped low though, so at this point they're gonna have to back away a little bit. This is quite a fast-paced game. 9-0 by 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say fast-paced.
Yeah. Oh, MaKNooN!
Oh, he did it! Found himself a kill. I think, maybe, potentially.
Oh, no!
Oh! That was,
Hoi.
wow.
Hoi. That was scary.
The anxiety level.
I know.
That was very nearly unbelievable.
That was some sick cash money, though,
Yeah.
for MaKNooN. So might be able to get some more work done now.
It's worth gold again, though. More, at least.
That's true. And now there's a, that's a big, like there's already an item sitting on Java at 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's Titanic.
God, it's Titanic Hydra. I can't believe, because I could barely see the little icon. I'm like, is it Ravified? No, I've got it. I figured it out. Okay, that'll start flying forward. Another redemption. Beautiful.
The champion is silly.
It's amazing.
Like-
It's so good. My favorite is the gunblade.
When you just randomly get a gun.
Yeah,
blade.
you just can shoot people. It's like, where is your gun? Don't have one. I just shot you with my mind.
With
Mind bullets. Loveling's just gonna kill Veki again.
Ooh. Wow.
It's,
Normally it's Zoe's paddle star taking that much health off people in one hit. That was just the reckless charge
Yeah.
plus Sheen proc, which is now a Trinity.
There's a Crow
course.
Storm.
It's more of like a crow drizzle at
Yeah,
that point.
well, I mean-
a little lackluster.
I think the storm was still there, just no one was in the storm. You know? Oh dear. Well, it's not going to land. No
Oh.
drowsies there as the Onslaught of Shadows does way too much work. Yoda going to come pick up the spoils of that particular kill.
Oh.
Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda is actually playing this quite dangerously. Oh, here comes CaptainMonk!
Yeah, can Veki actually get in there as well?
Oh.
Throws down the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but doesn't actually find any sleepiness. Oh, is the Q going to be there? Good smite by Loveling, and that is going to be the kill onto Veki. He wasn't even doing anything. CaptainMonk, the hard carry that we were all looking for. He's behind enemy lines,
Uh-oh,
trying to
blast
get
cone.
out. I don't think it's going to happen. Good God, that was scary.
He got caught in the middle of the blast cone animation. Ended up getting taken down as he went over the wall there. But, I mean, there is not a whole lot they can do to shut down Loveling past that one kill for now.
It's looking worrying here, Stress. It's definitely looking worrying. With your analytical mind, what is the way back in here for Celta's team? What can Rachel do?
Okay, so what can Rachel and her team do? At this point, try and go back to Champion Select and stop MaKNooN from picking Fiddlesticks, because...
Was
think
the
at that point-
Fiddlesticks the problem?
No, the real problem has been the Executioner's calling, plus the Hecarim visiting top lane like 7 times.
Yeah. Also, getting the first blood made things difficult.
Yeah, that is quite true. it's just one of those times where I'm like, well, the Fiddlesticks running into the jungle, as you said, the first blood,
Yeah.
kind of put a big target on his back, as it was.
It's just a little bit frightening now to be our red team. And I should have believed Henning. I should have. Oh my God! That was so much damage from Becky. So incredibly close to picking up that kill as Yoda's going to turn back up. Sleepy Trouble Bubble does go wide. And that is going to be Becky falling
he's got the
down.
reset.
CaptainMonk, yeah, you can't spin that much, my friend. As MaKNoon's looking for a Crow Storm, he's going to hop his way forward, as that is the Sona that did not want to be there. Henning trying to flash his way out. Should have the Arcane Shift, does so. But can he actually get far enough? We've got the Night Hunter herself. She should be able to catch up, and that's the double for MaKNoon, picking up all of the kills here for our red team.
But in comes the actually strong members of the rest of Henning's squad. Oh, EGV, Yoda, and Loveland just kind of running over the rest of Rachel's team.
Yeah. Yoda is doing some work on this Katarina now. 5-0-1. 6-1-5 for Loveling. Certainly is a decent scoreline as well.
Yeah, it's kind of what you want from your Hecarim, to be able to just one-shot most people. Sleepy Trouble Bubble apparently works on Centaurs as well.
Hopefully he can find this, but can't. He's going to have the Hecarim charging away. And will make his way back to safety, probably go back to base and buy half the shop, I assume. Colin's like, don't worry guys, I can carry in the late game. She's Vayne, ready to do it. It's whether they can actually get there. That's the question. Currently 10,000 gold is the lead at 15.5 minutes into the game. A difficult one to overcome if you're a fan of Rachel's team.
But you've always got to look at it as well. There are those games, like we were watching a little bit of Demacia Cup earlier, where, you know, having a massive lead at 20 minutes doesn't always mean you're going to win the game, right? Like 50-minute games after taking a Baron at 20 minutes is
That's true.
kind of standard.
I mean,
hopefully
that
Loveland
example
doesn't have that happen in this game.
I believe you were referring to Snake versus EDG, which happened a little bit earlier on. That was 8 kills to 3, I believe, at that stage, with a 4,000 gold lead when they took a Baron at 20 minutes. I think it's a little bit different to 11,000 gold lead, as in goes MaKNoon. They're looking for this kill onto Yoda. I'll see whether they can actually get it. There it goes. So I believe that was a condemn for the take.
Here comes Loveling.
Okay. CaptainMonk finding something as he spins around for a while. Gets in there with a Nimbus Strike, though, so should be able to grab this kill. Sona's going to fall down, make that one a double. We got 3-3-0 here for the Monkey Man, but the horse is going to say no. It's just wandering around. Nice use of the stopwatch, as CaptainMonk is going to avoid the big burst of damage.
Loveland is asleep under the tower, but he is able to kind of just survive through it. Now going to pick up his Skirmisher Saber and the rest of his itemization.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, Trinity Force was complete, free 15 minutes. This is great pacing for me.
But here's America picking up a turret. Loveling. Turning back around again. Death Lotus does come down as Rachel is going to fall. It's 2 kills to start off this fight, but can the rest of our red squad get themselves into position? It looks like no, as CaptainMonk completely out of mana. We've got a Blast Cone to get Veki out of there. He also is very, very low on that mana bar. Okay, EGV finds MaKNoon once again. And that is the slam dunk. Does have a bit of a drain to deal with, but not too worried about it.
And I was about to say they're going to start Baron, thinking about how far ahead they are in the gold and the amount of kills, but it is still Rift Herald at this point, so...
And I want to talk to you about this, Britt. What do you think the best name for Rift Herald should be? I personally think it's either Shelly or Harold, depending on gender choice. Harold?
Like it's an old man.
I know. I love it too.
Harold. There needs to be a Pamela.
Rift Pamela? That's adorable. Or maybe Baron could be called Pamela, and then like Harold and Pamela can be like married or something.
We need to give them like old Swedish names though, like Henning.
Oh yeah. I don't know very many Swedish names.
Apparently, it's like an older generation name.
We'll have to ask Henning himself.
And we've got a couple of Hennings here as well, so we can get multiple opinions.
They're not very old either, is
No.
what I
No,
would say.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Although Henning might be the youngest.
Okay, Becky looking for it. We'll have another paddle star relatively soon as he grabs himself a super soaker and just shoots him with it. Real nicely done, Becky, with his finger on the W. As EGV once again just cancelling out MaKNooN. True shot barrage from Henning is not going to find any joy whatsoever, but that doesn't really matter. MaKNoon's got about 0 health as Colin's like, what the hell did you do to this horse?
Although I do miss Revan,
Yeah.
GV is a fantastic Team Spain.
Oh, yeah. He's certainly making it look pretty easy. As there's a double kill for Henning.
That's an ace. That's
He did
actually
all of that
full
work.
ace. Lots of work being done there. Loveling really just shouting, look at my horse. My horse
Hey,
is amazing
Pamela.
at this point.
Yeah.
In she goes.
Bonk.
Work done.
Do you remember when Rift Herald was first introduced? It was like, why does it do that much damage? It was just too much damage to a tower in one shot. I just never had experienced that before. Gonna get a bonk onto the Nexus turrets as well. It's not often that you see a Rift Herald bonk onto a Nexus turret.
No, it's actually even rare that you see it on the inhibitor tower as well. That's probably an indicator of how quick this game is going.
Yeah. Well, you've got a 9-1 and 9 Jarvan that now has himself a mortal reminder. Because why not? Just may as well.
I can tell you because why. Because it is hard countered MaKNooN the entire game, and then
Yeah.
you get the armor penetration alongside it, and suddenly.
Oh, I feel like, you know, he could have built himself a Trinity Force, you know, started on that one instead of finishing it off.
Yeah, I suppose, but you know, get a little bit of that armor pen. There's not really any armor on the enemy team anyway.
Yeah, I
so
mean, he could have built anything.
Build
Could have built
anything.
Rabadon's Death Cap and it would have been absolutely fine. He's got so much money, so little time, and MaKNoon's just straight up dead.
Oh.
Yoda with the 1 combo on the Katarina. Shot him with his gun there as well. He's got a cheeky Hex Drinker as Loveling's just going to kill Colin. I don't know whether he thought that was a Vayne or a ward.
Probably a
Jumped
ward
over her.
at that
No.
point. There's really at this point in the game.
Is there a clear MVP? Would you
Clear
say?
MVP.
Ooh, see, because
In your opinion.
if you look at it in Loveling for the early game, certainly.
I'm going to go with Loveling. I think it's
and-
pretty clear.
Yeah, then EGV in the later parts of the game has done really well, but it certainly was set up thanks to Loveling's early game.
I think the horse was amazing.
I guess we'll have to see
Although,
what the vote is.
yeah, Yoda also looking like he's doing some work here. Potential triple kill to start things
Oh.
off, and there it is.
Hang on, Vayne is alive. I think
MaKNoon's not.
Loveling gets MaKNooN, so he's not going to be able to look for a pentakill. Or
So
anything
hold
yet.
off on that MVP just for 1 second here, Britt, because I believe that Colin could potentially get a pentakill.
Here we go.
Right now.
This is it.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. Henning's just going to kill her. So, yeah, I'd probably give it to Loveling, personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if I had to vote, that's who I'd vote for. But now I feel like we're actually just tampering with the election of
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, as we are going to have a brief pause. And to be honest, at this point of the game, guys, I have no idea who's going to take it.
I feel like this is the BM pause at this moment. This isn't like a scrim where you pause and you just quit out of the game. This is just
I think
perhaps MaKNooN being like, hey, I've had a problem with my keyboard for like the last 20 minutes. I was sat
Yeah.
behind it. That was the problem. I want to swap me out for one of my other players.
Uh-huh.
The tech works fine. MaKNoon's just like, look, it was a brain user issue.
And he is going to die one more time before the Nexus falls down.
Add that.
Congratulations,
That was
absolutely,
so
to
fun.
Henning's team. We should never have doubted. I'm sorry, Britt. Should never have doubted.
Oh, the look of defeat on Rachel's face.
I don't know why Rachel's apologizing. She's saying I'm sorry. to the rest
Yeah,
of her team.
I don't think she needs to worry about that.
Oh, MaKNooN, it's not your fault, Rachel.
Aw.
At least the power of friendship is still working out, you know, guys?
Yeah, the power of friendship working out. MaKNooN keeping the morale up despite heavily feeding.
Yeah. There was certainly a bit of heavily feeding going on over on Seltz's team. I would have liked it if CaptainMonk had have done something in the early game. That's what I
Anything.
would have liked.
That is true.
Yeah. Because he came in and he picked up like 3 kills towards the mid game and he was like, I'm the only one doing good on my team. But really, is that when you should start picking up those kills?
I'm hearing him say that having no blue buff was a setback.
Uh-huh.
I feel
I'm hearing
there's
again
a few excuses
more
coming through here.
Yeah. This is actually really, really rude of us because we're not allowing him to answer back, as we are going to have some very, very sportsmanlike handshakes.
MaKNooN. Refusing to take it.
MaKNoon's like, best 2 out of 3. Come on, let's go again.
Yeah. Can we
You guys are
1v1?
standing up, sit back down. We're continuing this.
1v1 Howling Abyss. I'll meet you there. We had a saying back in Australia which was like, meet at the station.